Good day, Alba, and welcome to your financial reading. I was looking over here because I actually sort of got the message or the feeling, the vibe to grab the money deck and start off with a pull from that. And this is actually my money sage, and I haven't used it in a couple of weeks. So thanks for whatever your energy is currently inspiring. I am in the middle of well, actually at the start, because you're the first one for today, of knocking out whatever I need to do so that I can go into the new year with a clean cue, a clean, I guess cue is the best way to say it. No roster. I don't want any readings that I need to do, just so I can focus on teaching and doing the doctor thing, which is the metaphysician sessions, the one-on-ones. Like, I don't think I'll be doing videos because I am horrible with turnaround time. I never know where the universe is sending me. But with one-on-ones, it's a lot more flexibility. Of course, there's a reason I'm mentioning this. There always is. I felt when we did our last sessions that you would be doing your own form of one-on-ones that will be based on whatever you're teaching. Like whatever you're teaching or talking to people about, they're gonna want you to talk to them about it too. Like, hey, can you talk to me about this stuff, but in regards to me and how it relates to me personally? So now that I have smudged, hold on, let me smudge my little pyrite tree too, my mojo bag. Keep in mind, I usually don't even mention that stuff during reading. So maybe this is part of yours too. Just use everything you know about abundance, all the totems, all the crystals. Make sure you have a ritual when you lock in the morning so that you are in the vibration of where your abundance best comes to you. So, what message does Alba need today regarding her finances, her financial design? I love that for you. I've never got that card for anybody. All right, I'm taking 4 of these. That's my cowboy sound. You know when they're about to do the duels, and it's like it's time. It's time. And that also locks into the fact that you got the rebel as your first card. That immediately lets me know that you're meant to be doing a job that is not normal. It's something outside the box. It's actually, and it brings me much joy to say, means that you have a job that's like fighting against the government, the patriarchy, fighting for the underdog. This is anarchist energy. You are the hacker, the did I say the Harriet? It came to me, right? You are doing something that breaks the status quo, that goes against societal norms. But it's in order to help other people who were never meant to be bound down by their parents, by the schooling, by everything they were taught, period. And I'm seeing it right now looking at your chart with your Lilith and Aquarius. Based upon your experience in life, you've learned to be the rebel. Like you would have died. It might not have been physically on the outside, but you would have died on the inside long ago if you had conformed to what everybody else wanted for you. That is the power of the rebel, and that's how that is going to play into your finances. You give this energy to other people. You liberate them from the chains of assimilation. So the card itself actually says, limiting beliefs are limiting your abundance. System buster, entrepreneur, or teaching others a better way. You're a trailblazer meant to pave the way for future generations. That is your Lilith Aquarius and your Ceres in Aquarius. So Ceres in your chart represents what you need for nurturing and how you nurture other people, because that's innately what you need. It's in a mothering sense more than a love language. So you have it at the 27th degree. So you needed somebody else to teach you how to break out of the box in order for you to break out of the box. You needed somebody who was a mentor or a parental type figure that lets you know that it was okay to be your unique self. That actually bleeds into your Midas, your golden touch. That is the gift that other people will be most drawn to you for. Like, wow, I really feel empowered when I listen to her. I need her to direct me one on one so that I can step into the proper energy of unique self. So the next message here is loss. And this is a funeral, but I think this goes with the fact that you are leaving one career in a particular way behind. So a major phase in your life is ending. Embrace newness. Let go of what was so you can focus your energy on what is ahead. The grief of loss continues to be an obstacle in your life. I think your loss has a tinge of fear in it. Like you did what was being called or what you were being pushed into, but there's still a feeling that you were getting from the job that you were in or the situation you were in that made you feel secure. Just the situation, but that was taking up energy that is needed for this next phase, which is business. You having your own business. And particularly because I was only going to pull 3 cards until I saw this one, the business of spirituality. So the first one says, do not be intimidated to enter the world of business. You got this. Consider executive positions, becoming a CEO or of anything in the corporate world. Elevate your awareness and think bigger if you want different results. The spirituality one says, use money magic. And that's what I was saying is I lit and did all this stuff before I even started this session. I never do that. So use money magic spells to increase wealth and prosperity. Spiritual advisor, healer, tarot reader, or anything in the occult. You're being guided to discover your unique spiritual path right now. Right now, as we're having this conversation, that is absolutely what I'm feeling. You're about to get amped up on how to brand, how to run, how to focus your energy as an entrepreneur. So let me put these up so I can get this tea out. Your enterprise, which is the asteroid, the marker. Let me hide this ugly thing up here. I really don't like it. There we go. So I had to scoot my screen back so I can lean up and look at it like Willy Wonka, like, so this is what we got here. Your enterprise is at the 13th degree. This is a self degree. I'm about to connect all your self degrees so you can understand you as the brand, because absolutely you are your brand. You have a Gemini sun, but technically it's a Cancer sun, a Cancer in 11th house. So you're a den mom. I don't know if you know anything about like gay culture or stuff, but when there are people who have not been accepted by their parents, their friends or whatever, they usually end up homeless or just out in the street or looking for a family. And there are these people called den mothers, like typically people who have been through the situation before, older gays, if you will. And what they do is they have a house where they take in these children and they sort of form their own family, but it's not their birth family. That's what this is giving me. And it connects to your Aquarius energy because the 11th house is ruled by Aquarius. Once again, a sign that you are helping the underdogs. So your Cancer sun in the 11th means you're a leader of that group that is backed up by the Leo rising. So you're starting off as somebody a part of a group and you're going to like lead that group out. It really is giving me that big A that comes along with anarchy. But your self energy is found in the 13th degree, the 25th degree, and the first. All stuff that you wear on your sleeve are things that are meant to be your arsenal in this life, like your own little brigade. So for you, that's enterprise. That's your ability to run a business. And in this case, with you having it in Pisces, spirituality, clairvoyance, helping people release or move on. You'd be a great death doula. But with it in the 8th house, that's what encouraged the death doula also. Although death is more covered by the 12th house than the 8th house, dying and coming back to life is the 8th house. That's like if you had a car accident and you went into a coma and they thought you were going to make it and you come back, that's Scorpio. Pisces is actually where you're being escorted out the door. You're leaving your burdens behind. Just keep that in mind in the future because there might be an opportunity where somebody comes to you and says, hey, Can you hold this person's hand as they exit? Your abundance is at the 15th degree of self. With it in Pisces and eighth, it's like you have been through so much difficult stuff and you have been both the victim and the villain in some cases. So when it comes to other people, you're not judging. And that is actually a gift that people feel that energy when they come to you, that you are not judging, that you are going to be able to hear their problem and give them it feels a little bit like, when you go to Catholic church and they have a confessional and you can say whatever in the confessional because the dude is just going to be like, Hail Mary, right? That's what energy you give off to people in regards to what your abundance is and what will draw the abundance to you, giving people a safe space to finally open up themselves. Now, your south node and your north node are both at the 25th degree also. This means you are first developing your new belief system. That's what the south node is in Sagittarius at the 5th house. You are first learning who you are and what your belief system is. And that is something that developed for the first 18 years, and you're on the actual second tier now, which lasts till about, oh no, you're on the second tier because it got triggered at 36. So you're moving into your north node now. You had 2 rounds. So you were first developing your own belief system, unique, something separate, likely from what your family believed in the first place, because you're the turning point for your family and them getting away from whatever it was, even if it's through your own branch, the beliefs that were holding them back in some way, shape, or form. It looks like there was a lot of stuff that was held in the feminine energy, particularly on your mom's side, that was binding possibly by patriarchy or by the males that weren't in the family. But there was something that you came to heal, to flip through your new ideologies, philosophies, prophecies, through you going further than anybody else in your family has been in a particular area. You first developed that south node into a strong south node. Like, I know who I am. The next tier of that is you moving into your north node at that 25th degree. I am feeling like that one is the one that connects to your abundance. Like at first, the abundance was in self, but now it's in the 11th house, right? The 11th house is the house of your financial gains, like which you tangibly having the money. And it's right next to your part of fortune, your sprinkle of luck. So as soon as you step into that energy of using everything that you have learned before now, just to spew out information. And I'm saying that because the 23rd degree, which rules your part of fortune, your sprinkle of luck, is connected to the 23rd degree Pallas. Pallas is your unique genius, your ability to connect dots. You have it in Capricorn. You have it in businesses. Like, you understand how to manage a business, how this needs to go A, B, C, and D, just innately. Even if you have not yet applied it to yourself and you get a little foggy there, that's because it's in retrograde. You are learning how to apply that skill for yourself. But if somebody else was to hire you to help organize their business or help run it, you would automatically be like, that's because it was a part of your karmic thing to have to learn to wield that gift a little different. You had to learn how to work with other people because you had a lot of karma that was connected to your connections to other people, which once again explains that stellium you have in the 11th house. You're reintegrating into society in some way, shape, or form because of what happened in your past life. So your unique genius is in the brand, in what you need to do for a business. And the more you just release the ideas that you have about humanity and the things that come through to you just on a day-to-day basis about healing, that'll activate that energy for you. You are coming into yourself, but you are coming into yourself in the face of the world. You realizing, hey, just because this background that I came from doesn't necessarily subscribe to what I do in the way that I do it, it doesn't mean that there aren't thousands of people out there who need the information that I am carrying. So that is your abundance, your 25th degree, you blossoming into the abundance that is rightfully yours. Now, the other thing that is great for you in regards to this Pisces energy holding all your business stuff is that it's connected to your 12th house, first and foremost. And you have banks in your 12th house. This means you have your celestial inheritance, the money that is meant to drop down from the 5D and find its way into this physical somehow, is actually connected to the want to say the ancestral inheritance, the birthright of your family. You're going to be having enough money or gaining enough money to help other people in your family through some partnership that you come through with, because it's at the 19th degree. It's like the more that you represent what a good functioning human is supposed to be, the more of that's released to you. A model citizen is what just popped in my head. And this has nothing to do with like sexuality or your actual relationship or anything. This has to do with you being a role model in some way, shape, or form, because it's a Libra degree and like your partnership will be important. But in the bigger, grander scheme of things, you also have your Saturn in Libra and your Pluto in Libra. That Pluto is at a Taurus degree. That means you are building through burning shit down first. And your Saturn is at a matriarch degree. This is like Uno out for your family line just based on you. Lovely, right? So your Venus is at the first degree. That's the last thing in your official arsenal in the front of you, which more things that are telling me that you are your brand. You are your brand. There's just no way around it. You as a healer, because Venus is ruled by the second house. What's all through your second house? Virgo. What degrees does Virgo rule? The sixth, where your Uranus is, once again connected to Aquarius energy, but also the 18th degree, where you have a fated event. Maybe somebody really changed your life through helping you with your belief systems, like you found a great mentor, and that flipped everything for you. I'm saying that because your Pholus, which is the big turning point for your life, is at the 18th degree also. And what's connected to that as well? Your Vesta. Your Vesta is the flame that keeps you going, what you are sacrificing in order for everything else to come together. You being of service is the thing that you have been sacrificing. You have been working in positions that you have been taking care of old contracts to be of service. Now, you will continue to help other people in the future, but it'll be completely different from the way that you were doing it before. It's like you were doing missions along the way and helping people one by one in a certain way. But going forward, it will be through the use of your mind, through the words that you speak on them. And that's what you'll be known for. Your words and your healing abilities. You're actually on a final test. That's what this Chiron at the 29th degree is. A final test on your ability to heal others with your golden hands, with your ability, I'll even say to sense physical things in their energy. Now I feel the need to add Reiki on here. And I think we've had a conversation about your Reiki before. Is it at the 29th degree? Because I'm getting like, hey, you forgot to add Reiki on here in my head. Let me see. I started my day off putting my glasses on at the beginning. I usually don't go to put on because they're just for me staring at the computer all day. I don't actually wear glasses. I used to have 20/20 vision. I'm fairly sure I still do. But I decided to put them on since I knew I was going to have a long day on the computer today so I could kick its ass. The headache that usually comes later before it starts. So I had to. Nah, see your Reiki. Oh, now I gotta pull this up. Like, is actually at the 23rd degree retrograde that has to do with your genius and your part of fortune. So you discovering that you have the ability to heal other people with words, mantras, affirmations. You'd probably even be really good at doing regressions or creating like meditations for people to regress or to heal or to alleviate old patterns, old stagnant energy within them. I'm getting, but it's in the sign of Taurus, so everything is. I'm thinking about your Chiron again. Everything about your healing ability is very hands-on. It's very physical. It's very much about the physical body. Like you could even teach people how to better cook for themselves, how to connect to their food, like through the touching of the apples and the oranges and the stuff, just to holistically understand what you need to fuel your body at that time in order to heal it. That's super cool. You have just begun to tap into the currents of your actual healing abilities. Like you don't even know is the energy I'm getting right now because there were so many things that were retrograde for you because you had to find your higher purpose, find a different value system outside of that which was placed on you, give you something that'll make you reach beyond just your home and those who are around you to a bigger cause. Sun in 11th, Mars in 11th, they are not small placements. Sun conjunct Mars is not a small placement. I think that's probably why I got led to start with the first 13th and 25th degree as like your Aries energy being a big thing here, but it's because you're kind of Martian with Mars conjunct Sun, but you're Martian with your words. I would definitely say begin pouring your energy into a business that is similar to this because my Sun is conjunct your rising, but also use magic to back it up. Use your spirituality, use your gifts, play around with your spidey senses because that's connected to your Neptune. Your Saturn is connected to your Neptune. It was restricted before now. That's not the case anymore. You can send out beams to call on your clients, and you can also get ideas in about what you need to share in order to also call in those clients and your soul tribe. You just had to step into the correct vibration to pull those people in. It's like you were down here learning, like it's very Hunger Games. You were down here learning as Katniss, but you were born to be the girl on fire. You had to understand the fight down here in order to one day speak for those who are still down there, because you won't always be down there, but you'll be using your position for something good. So this was your financial reading. I feel like it was so much more than just a financial reading. This was like purpose, and your purpose just happens to pay. So have a great day.